Well, hello, Ghost friends. How y'all doing? Y'all getting quicker and quicker. Sometimes it takes a minute for you to come on there, and sometimes it don't. We are not cooking again, but we're having cake. Look here. This is some kind of cake Mama got today, and she's having some kind of cake. We're just gonna have a little bit. I'm about to have all I'm gonna have. I've got a little bit of coffee left here from where I took it to work, drinking it. Mama's been to prison. That is no way of saying it. And she's home now, though. Mama, tell them about your prison, little stint in prison.
Went to Brushy Mountain Prison.
Brushy Mountain Prison. Incarcerated for the whole day. Mm-hmm. Did they put you in a cell?
Well,
where's your glasses?
Landing on that table.
Are they in the prison?
No. And we look. The cells was all locked. We didn't go in.
You were locked out of them?
Uh-huh.
Well, now if you ever go to prison, that's what I like.
Seen where James Earl Ray, his cell was number 28, where his was.
Wow. You got addresses of prisoners? Did you eat there?
Yeah, at a restaurant, right? Well, not in the prison itself. It's just down in the things.
Do they feed you in them metal trays?
No, we had. Well, we did have metal sheet pans like that little cookie sheet I baked. It had parchment paper on it, and our food was in little cups. Green beans.
Did you feel like a prisoner?
No.
Did they make you line up and they scooped your mashed potatoes on there?
No, they filled it up and set little cups on there.
Sounds to me like using one of them white collar prisons.
No, it had said it started out in is built and opened up in 1896. And
1896.
Yeah, and they started out with coal mines, and there was several coal mines in the mountains by it. And back then they worked the prisoners 12-hour shifts in the coal mine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So did you learn anything?
Yeah. Learn I'm going to start being better. I don't want to end up in a place like that.
I'm glad you learned your lesson. All right.
And they had the hole where they was mean and stuff.
Oh, the hole.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
And those cells, they were little bitty cells. They wasn't none of them big, but said you could stand in the middle and the men could touch each side of the wall. So
this was a surprise trip. You didn't know where you was going this morning?
No, it was a mystery trip.
A mystery trip.
But so I had guessed it on the last clue that they gave us.
What was the clue?
It was different things, but the last thing was you want to maybe go visit, but you in something about serving your term. And
don't sound too hard, Mama.
Well, it's a term. A senator has a term.
No, that's true. You're true.
And all that, and what clinched it, you don't want to be left there.
Why I didn't leave you there? I'd have been making me a trip to Brushy Mountain.
Yeah, and those guards and stuff, they worked and.
What was the charge to get in?
I don't know. It's I just paid for.
This cake's good. If it's prison cake, it's good.
No, it's here in Georgia.
Oh, where's it? Oh, the pizza spot. Yeah, pizza spot has good homemade cake.
And the reason you got some is Rhonda sent you hers.
Rhonda, thank you. I wouldn't have gotten none of Mama's. Should have had it eaten hidden.
That's right. So
Mama's been to prison. She's a convict now. Can you still vote?
Oh, I guess I could. It was interesting to hear the guards talk and.
Do they have like a little history of it?
Oh, they showed a film of the guards are talking in different areas, and then we walked through all of it. The catwalk, whatever you call it, about out from the cell, used to just be guardrails, and now they had the wire put up in 1980 something.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So it's an attraction. It's like a.
And James Earl Ray and three more, they went over the fence, and they said they made a ladder, and what it was like water pipes, the metal ones, and their ladder was just a thing on the end they hooked over the wall, and little old short pieces of pipe like that connected, and that's where they stepped. There wasn't nothing but water pipe with metal pipes.
Huh.
And some of them had painted pictures and stuff, and I said a lot of talented people was in there because they had some beautiful paintings.
So they had redirected their energy after they got in there into some better stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Mama, I'm glad you got out. You didn't go over the wall, did you?
No. It has barbed wire over the top of it.
That wouldn't stop you.
When the wall they went over, there's a big space between the wall and the barbed wire. But all the others is the barbed wire is just rolled and rolled on top with not like that space.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't get out there. It was
Well, if that locked you in there, you'd have been home by morning.
Yeah.
You'd have went over the wall.
I sure would have. I couldn't have stood locked in that space.
So it's an attraction, Brushy Mountain Prison. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it used to be an operating prison. Would they tell what year their last?
2009.
Not too
I
long ago.
think it was the last year.
Not too long ago. And so they turned it into an attraction. And you can go and tour the prison, tour the cells. And I've heard people talk about you eat there on metal trays, kind of like the prison trays. And do they wait on you, or you just get your food at the thing?
You stand up at the thing. We lined up. And they gave
For the
us-
chow line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you like it?
Yeah, it was interesting.
You like this cake better, though, don't you?
Yeah, it's real good. And they, out in the yard, they had the whipping pole.
Ooh.
They chained them up to it. That was back in...
Did it look like yours when I was a kid?
Not hardly.
Oh, Mama, what a mess. So what else did you do? It was just a trip to prison and back?
No, we went to the Little Ponderosa Zoo. It's where they take
The little kittens.
the rescue animals. They're all rescue animals.
Did you pet any animals?
No, I didn't know there's no animals.
Mama don't. She loves them. She just don't touch them.
I don't touch them. She had a rat,
Huh?
a big white rat, albino rat.
Did they put that on your shoulder or something?
No, I wouldn't let them get close enough to me.
Was she out of the cage?
Yeah, they were. Two girls was carrying them around.
Oh.
Guinea pigs, a little bitty tiny guinea pig or something.
So that rat, you didn't make friends with Templeton.
Oh, I wouldn't touch nothing. And she gets this snake out and handles it.
Oh my goodness, Mama, where was you at?
At the petting zoo, the rescue.
You went to prison and a snake handling and a rat handling?
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing she won't do.
I never touched nothing. Some of them did. Some touched the rat, some touched the snake. Not me.
You know, there was a snake handling church, and they became real popular on a TV show, and it was just not far from here. I mean, like about 20 minutes from here. And it was on one of the networks, and one of our preachers said, it might be nice to get all that popularity and to be on TV, but I ain't handling those snakes. And he was just joking. And I said, well, preacher, I've got another way that we could get on there. He said, what do you mean, John? I said, well, I don't know if I've heard of one yet, but we could be the first Southern Baptist Chihuahua handling church. Mama, there's a ghost in your house.
I reckon so.
We could be the first Southern Baptist Chihuahua handling church. I said, you know you got to have the faith if you reach in a cage and pull out a Chihuahua. And he laughed. So every once in a while, they'll look at me and say, John, you think we should go Chihuahua handling? I said, of course, that's all in fun, folks. Don't take me serious. That was just funny, okay? Chihuahua. You all know it's the truth. I'd almost rather reach in and grab a snake as a chihuahua. Them little boogers is mean. They'll take your arm up to your elbow before you even look at it.
Most of them ain't mean.
Mama, they're so excited they shake the whole time they're trying to bite your leg. I mean, I have never seen the aggression in such a small little dog.
It has to be that way.
Now, for you Chihuahua owners, I love them. I think they're just adorable. And you know, what was that famous one that Taco Bell had? He was just so cute. But you got to admit, you know, if you got a bad kid and you got a snappy kid, you just got to say, my kid's snappy. Them Chihuahuas will get you. They'll get you from across the couch. They can take one flat leap and be on your elbow in 5 seconds. My aunt used to have one. You went in the door and it was on you. But I loved it. He was the type that he only wanted to let you know he was the boss, and once she blessed you and said, "He's okay, get down," then you could pet him, and he loved you only the whole evening. But you had to make sure you got to bless him first. Well, I thought I'd let y'all know Mama been to prison. Mama, when you left you this morning, I had no idea you was going to be a jailbird when you come home.
Yeah. I tell you what, you see that and what the conditions they have to live in, it's pitiful.
Yeah.
But a lot of laws and stuff has changed over the years and stuff, because that started in 1896.
Murder's still illegal, though.
Huh?
Murder is still illegal.
Yeah, I mean the things, but the conditions was terrible.
Oh, the laws to protect the prisoners. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. And it should be. I mean, it should be a rehabilitation program. And you can't take human beings and put them in substandard conditions and expect them to develop and grow and become better citizens. You know, I'm not saying they have to have, you know, luxuries. I'm just saying you got to at least make it human. And that don't sound human in some of the stuff.
Oh, in the hole, there was like 4 or 5 cells, and it was way down in the basement, no light, and it's talking about their eyesight.
Well, yeah.
And they had doors, big metal, big doors, and there was just little tiny holes in the door for any light to get into there, and it was like a...
Now, I believe for paying for your crimes.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe, you know, prisons are a necessity, and I'm not anti any of that. But I am any type of anti-human treatment. Let's treat people like human beings. You just being locked up and isolated from your family is a punishment. But no light, and it's so bad that it affects your eyesight. That seems a little extreme.
And they could only keep them in there. Said the guard, he was worked, he said they'd keep them in there 5 days, 10 days. He said, but some, where they was really bad and troublemakers, they'd keep them up as high as 90 days in that little old room. And he said it would only allowed to do it for 30 days at a time. They'd take them out to one of the cell blocks and keep them there for 24 hours, and then they would put them back in there for 30 more days.
Mary Drummond, Mama's been to prison. Brushy Mountain State Prison. It's a facility now to tour and eat, and people go there. Lots of people go there. How far? Where's it? Where is it at? It's Brushy Mountain, but where?
We went through Oliver Springs and
it's not too far from here. A lot of people go there.
There was a lot of people there.
She travels with a group of people, and they do a monthly day trip. And sometimes most of the time they tell them where they're going and all that.
This was a mystery trip.
Then they have these mystery trips, and they tell them kind of what to wear. Like, be sure you can walk, or, you know, you'll be sitting.
We did a lot of walking.
You'll be sitting or something. They'll let them know what they're going to be doing. And then they go on these trips, and they don't know where they're going till they get there. And so they just pay for the trip and go wherever they may, but they're giving them some hints. Mama had some idea, because it was like you may want to visit, but you don't want to be left there, or different stuff.
And today on the way, she gave the very last clue, and she said, "Oh yeah, and the color you wear will be orange." They said, "Oh, the Tennessee Kneeling Stadium."
Yeah. But so she's been to prison today to tour and see a prison that was opened in 1896 and closed in 2009 in Brushy Mountain Prison. What state is it in?
It's in Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay.
So far.
We live close to the tri-state area and different things. I don't know where she been. I don't know where she been.
It's out past before you get to the fruits. When you get to the fruit stand over there, going out to Oak Ridge, you go up 61, I think, or 161 or something like that.
Oh, okay. When Mama goes on these trips, I don't ask a lot of questions, even when she knows where she's going. I want to know generally what direction she's going and generally what time I should expect her home. Because she always leaves bright and early. So, but then I get to hear about when she gets home. And they do little trips, like just to go shopping to, is it Hamrick she like to go? And then sometimes they do theater trips. And sometimes they do, where's some other place you've been, Mama?
Oh, we went to the Bush
Baked Beans Museum. She's got her picture multiple times. You just went there more than once.
Yeah.
You got your picture took with that dog. What's his name? We don't tell Maggie. No, and Ralph. Mama, you had your picture taken with the dog and you don't even know his name.
No.
Duke. Oh, Duke. But don't let Maggie find out. She'll be very jealous.
But it was interesting today, and I thought, well, I don't want to go, but it really made
Mama, let's just be honest with the people. If they was rolling the wheels to the barn, you'd get a ticket.
Yeah.
If they told you, we're just going to the barn, we'll be right back. You said, well, just let me ride down there with you.
That's right. At the zoo, they said, "Which one of these animals you want to take home with you?" I said, "I don't believe I want any of them." I said, "I've got coyotes and red fox and bears and stuff around there. I just leave these over here. I don't need them."
Mama will roll anywhere you want to go. If the wheels on the bus are rolling, Mama's in one of the seats. No, you can...
We had a bus load, believe it or not.
Well, who wouldn't want to go to prison? I mean, really? You've never been there, have you?
No, I've heard a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah, I've heard it's a tourist attraction, and tons of people have been there. Some people have been there more than once, and a lot of people said they had good food. So if you're in the area, go to prison with Mom.
They had a menu that you could order from the menu, but there's a menu. I think it's 49 or 50 on the bus. It went, and she had already ordered. It had green beans and macaroni and cheese and turkey, and it was real good food. And the green beans was super.
You and Rhonda didn't go there and embarrass the family, did you?
Why? What would we have done? And had a flat cornbread fritter under the turkey. It was good. They already had it fixed, but they dipped it up after we got there and stuff. But.
Well, I'm having cake for supper. That's all I know. Them green beans sound good, flat cornbread fritters. And I didn't get any supper last night.
Poor baby.
Did you miss them last night, Mom?
What?
Your friends.
Yeah.
She got a little puffy when I came in the door. You know, I told y'all we was debating on whether she's going to cook or not. So when I came in the door, she said, well, let's hurry and get something done. You done waited so late.
It was late.
You're later than ever. And we got to film and eat. I can't eat nothing. I said, I done took care of it, Mom. I filmed on the way home. We went to the park. We had a little chat. Well, I could have chatted. I said, well, you want me to start another one? No, I'll just go in here and rest.
I was tired.
But you didn't want a night off, did you?
No.
She's afraid of it. I'm sure she wants to listen.
He probably talked about it.
You probably done seen it, Mama, and you probably done critiqued it.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yes, you would. Mama, you've not cooked in how many nights? And everybody on here's mad at you. I can see it in their eyes.
Well, you said that.
Are y'all we're gonna cook tomorrow night? Something. Mama, I'm telling you what I want.
Nothing elaborate. I want some mashed potatoes.
Not me. But whatever I want, I think you're gonna want it too. So can you guess what it is? Let me give you a clue.
Spaghetti. Lasagna.
I like them. I do like them, Mama. But I am.
Cabbage soup.
Oh, Mama, you're gonna change my mind.
Oh, well.
Don't say nothing else. Don't guess
I
something.
won't say that.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
We eat it every spring. And I've had it once, but I'd like to have it again.
Lettuce and onions and fried potatoes and baked beans.
You're a good guesser, Mama.
Alright.
Because I had that on my mind yesterday and day before. I thought, I know we got green onions, beautiful green onions.
Yeah, but the lettuce didn't come up and do good.
But we can buy lettuce. You can buy lettuce. And some fried taters and some baked beans with bacon. Do you want that too now?
I don't know.
Or mashed potatoes?
I can't eat Sunday and Saturday and stuff.
I'm talking about tomorrow.
I know it, but I don't want my stomach out.
Oh, mercy.
We'll see.
Someday. But I do want that. Y'all ever crave crazy things? I just think some lettuce and onions, wilted lettuce, would be very good. And I think some fried potatoes. We heard last night, we was on a Tupperware meeting. And we're talking about that Micro Pro grill. It's on sale right now. And I think they figured out the Micro Pro grill and the free stuff you get's worth $48.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I didn't know it was that much, but it is. So you get the Micro Pro grill at a reduced rate for $2.19, and then you get $48 worth of free stuff with the ring and the tongs.
2 tongs.
2 tongs, yeah. But anyhow, that wasn't what those telling the story for. They were talking about frying potatoes in the Micro Pro grill. Get out of here. We had never fried potatoes in it. I thought we'd done everything possible in it. But we've not fried taters in it. Because, you know, taters need to be fried low and slow and specifically on the skillet. But we're going to try it. Maybe not tomorrow, but very soon. What do you want, Mama? You want mashed potatoes and...
I don't know.
And roast and gravy?
No, I don't want all that. I don't know. Fried taters might be all right.
What do you want mashed potatoes with? Pork chops?
No. I just wanted to eat good.
You want a big old gob of mashed potatoes and the other side of that cake box? That's what Mama's always like. I like mashed potatoes and cake.
No, my brother ate mashed potatoes and cake.
Not me. Not me. Not me.
Huh?
My cake was some kind of surprise cake. It looks delicious. Somebody may be on here who knows. It's caramel and it's got some nuts on top.
You said it tasted like coffee.
I said it could be coffee cake. It's so good. What is that? That's caramel. And maybe something else, but it tastes so good. Pizza Spot's got the cakes. They're homemade. This is Italian cream. Homemade. And they got tons of it. Tons and tons of cakes. Strawberry cake. They've got them all.
Blueberries, she said, on there, and I don't know, plain vanillas, or she had all kinds of them.
They got tons of them. Every time I go out there, I'm floating on the waves of the kegel. It's all good, folks. It's all good. Well, if you ain't gonna cook, we might as well let this people
No.
go.
I'm tired. I'm going to bed. They walk.
One day in prison, she can't even cook supper.
It's a hard life. I've got to go to bed.
Mama said she's going to spend her time in the hole. In the dark in her bed.
Yeah.
We'll start calling it the hole. Put your time in the hole.
But you think they had rough treatments back then for the laws? I mean, civil rights or whatever, all of it on
It
there.
just, yeah. I mean, people were treated, before there was rules and regulations, people were treated pretty bad. Now, don't go away saying I was saying that I don't support the prison system, because I do.
Yeah.
And you know, incarceration is a wonderful deterrent.
They deserve it if they do the crime. They need to pay for it.
But just be civil to people.
Yeah.
Just treat people like human beings. You can take their rights, you can take their privilege, you can take their freedom, but don't take their dignity. Don't take their everything. You know, there's a time and a place, and there's a way of doing things. And you can rehabilitate people and still treat them like people. And if you don't agree, okay. I'm just saying that's my thoughts and feelings. People are people no matter where they are.
They're one of God's.
They're one of God's children. And I'm all for punishment, and I'm all for doing the time, but I'm just saying, let's don't treat them badly.
Out of the 7 that escaped, 5 of them died. It's dead now.
No, wait, oh.
James Earl Ray and...
Now, did they get them back?
Oh, they got them back within 5 days.
I don't think it'd be worth it. But maybe
And
5 days
James
out of that
Earl
prison
Ray
was worth it.
was the last one to get back. Some went to the right of the mountain and some went to the left, and James Earl Ray said he felt like he had run for 50 miles, but he's only 6 miles away from the prison when they got him.
Huh. A lot of them get on a river or something back in the movies.
Said he had zigzagged and up and down and everything, trying to block his scent or confuse the scent from the dogs. But they got them all back in there.
All right, folks, just be glad Mama made it back. Tell your friends and tell your neighbors. Mama's been to prison today, but she's home.
I've never seen inside of a jail or prison until today.
You haven't? Me either.
Never have seen inside.
Well, I'm glad. And I'm glad I didn't have to come pick you up tonight.
Yeah.
For the record, I'm not hungry. I stopped on the way home because Mama told me to. And I had a Sonic. I don't do it every day. Don't look at me that way.
Oh, wow.
And here's what happened. I'll tell you the whole story. So I stop at the Sonic. And I get me
A giant size cup.
a Route 44. And I get cranberry lemonade. And I got me one of the little cheeseburger things. And I was going to get a pretzel, then they had these things called bites. I don't eat that much. And so I got them, and I thought, I can't eat this in the vehicle. And I thought, but I could get home and get Maggie because Mama ain't home. And when we get somebody to sit with her, sometimes they have to leave, and there's just a gap in there. But, you know, Maggie's, she's still, I usually am home, but I had to work late today. Long story longer. Get on the interstate, and there was a traffic jam. So I got to stop. While I was stopped, I got to eat my little hamburger thing, and I got to eat my little my little dippers. It was like little cheese. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I ate it. I ordered it, but you all know better than I do.
Poppers.
There were They were about that big, and they were little cheddar cheese, and you dip them in ranch, whatever that was. It was okay. But as soon as I got through eating, traffic jam cleared up, and we went home. I thought, the Lord knew I was hungry.
For you to eat.
Lord knew I was hungry, and He said, I'm going to cause just a little bit of thing here. So John can eat, not try to eat and drive. I don't like to eat and drive. I'm not. When I was younger, I could eat and drive a stick shift, and now I just try to focus on the road. It works out best that way. A couple of times about running on the road and getting over in that, that loud roar thing, and you realize you don't need to be multitasking while you're driving. Now, I do film sometimes when I drive slowly. I never do it when I'm, not, it's very clear or something. But I've got a mount in my car for my phone. I don't touch it. So it's just there. And I'm focusing on the road, even when I'm filming. I know it ain't the best, and somebody jump onto me. But it's there, and I just talk, unless I'm at the park, and then I can park and talk to y'all. So I try to be good. I was being good, Mama.
I'm proud of you.
Are you proud, Mama?
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you, too. Mm-hmm. Going to prison, getting out quick.
I was real proud.
You look pretty for prison.
Oh, thank you.
Did you wear that to prison?
Yeah.
I bet
it
you
was cold in there.
I bet you was one of the best dressed prisoners they had today.
I wouldn't think so. There's a whole bunch.
Was they all dressed pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody wear black and white stripes?
No.
What if it all wore orange outfits?
That would have been something.
If y'all could have got together, they thought they was being cool, pulling a big prank on you. If y'all could have got together and said, everybody wear orange tomorrow. Get on that bus, and then all you can have orange on, and they'll be going, do y'all know where we're going? Oh, that would have been fun. Let's see what y'all are saying. It says, Mama is so funny. You are too, John. What do you put the mount on the car? The phone. It's one of those mounts that goes to the rear view mirror, and it hangs down and it'll slide up and down. I can turn it on Mama, I can turn it on me. So when we're filming in the car, it's completely on its own thing, and it's a phone holder. You've probably seen them on Amazon, and it just clips on your rear view mirror, so it's stationary. It don't move much. I did have another one that had a suction cup on it. It was a little iffy, and sometimes it would unsuction. So I got this one. It's stable mounted, and it's right there. So when I'm in the car, I don't use it, but I stick the phone over there and I forget about it. And that way I can see if somebody calls, and the car will let me know if somebody's calling. So it's hands-free all the time, so I don't get distracted with it. I try to be better. As I get older, I realize the importance of a little extra safety, and I realize the idea that perhaps I'm not as capable as I once was, or I thought I was.
I told them over in that prison that I was going to start being a lot better than I've been.
Oh, I'm glad.
Don't want to end up there.
I'm glad. When I say I'm not as capable as I used to be, I have now obtained the ability that I can forget what I'm doing while I'm doing it. I will write an email at work.
See, you make fun of me for forgetting, and then
I don't make fun of you.
when you talk, say, Mommy, you should remember that better. It comes home to you.
I don't make fun of her. I'll write an email and it'll look so pretty, and it'll just be the best little email you've ever seen. And I'll be sitting there waiting for a response, and I'll look up and I'll say, you didn't send it. Don't act like you've not done that if you're emailing people, because that happens. I will write something.
You froze your stuff up.
Huh?
You froze your comments.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought something was wrong. I will write something down on a Post-it note where used to I could just, and I look at it and say, what does that mean? I can read it, but then I'm like, what? What was that for? I will sit, now I used to didn't write stuff down if I wanted, like if I had a meeting say at 2 o'clock, I just set me an alarm for 1:50 on my phone. Alarm go off, bingo, meeting, better get on that. Now the alarm goes off, and I'm going, what on earth? Why did I set it? What is that alarm for? Am I supposed to do something? It's 1:50. I wonder if I got to meet it till.
That's getting old. Does that to you?
So now I have to be a little bit more, selective. I still got my memory though. It just, sometimes I get overstressed, overtaxed, over whatever. But it's okay. It's okay. That's what people say when they're just trying to avoid the consequences of not remembering that. Anyway, I remember to talk to you all. That's what's important, right? See what y'all are saying. Mama is ready for bed. Mama's ready for bed. Yeah. Now, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Mama got up at way early. Mama did. Let me tell you Mama's little routine.
Oh, don't start picking on Mama.
I get up at 5 o'clock, almost religiously. If I sleep in, it's 5:30 on the weekends. I drink my coffee. I get my shower. I'm ready to go. I want to be dressed and ready to go by 6 o'clock every morning, no matter what. Every morning, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, through all of it. I want to be ready. If somebody comes to my door, I'm going to answer the door. I don't want to be, Mama may go to bed at 9, but she'll watch her boys. And who's her boys? There's Monk, there's Andy Griffith, and there's Perry Mason, and Columbo, and what's that guy that falls over the ottoman?
Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke Show. Diagnosis Murder.
All murder shows.
All murder shows. That's where she went to prison today. And then, if I do get up in the middle of the night, through the crack of her door, I see this glow, a magical glow. And I said, Mama? Yeah? Is something glowing in your room? It's my iPad. That may be 3 o'clock in the morning. So she settles into sleep, I think. I don't know. Maybe 3. Is that true?
Yeah, I was awake at 3 something this morning.
Bingo. So her, in the middle of the night for her is 5 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning. But she's always up at 8. Because there's another boy to watch with Beaver.
I've been watching Columbo instead of Beaver.
Mama, he's just a little boy. You have Beaver up?
Not completely, but I watch a lot of Columbo instead of all Beaver. You gotta watch it when it comes out.
Just turned her back on little Beaver. Mama, that's cold.
Oh. Tell the people good night, Johnny.
That's cold, Mama. Beaver, little Beaver. Tell them good night, Mama. Mama, your glasses, your eyes look totally different without your glasses on now.
Let me go get them, see if they look totally different. I just look different where I'm so used to what. I was getting sleepy.
Thank you, Mary. How are you tonight? I'm the same way, Mama. Are you, darling? Y'all are starting a night owl club. I said, Mama, you keeping late hours tonight? No. Gonna cancel
What's late
my
for some is early for some.
MicroPro Grill order or something. Ain't right. What's wrong with your MicroPro Grill? See, I'm gonna cancel my MicroPro Grill order or something. Ain't right. I don't know what's wrong. Hey, coffee time. What's on, Mama? Well, hey, Tracy. How are you? Let's look at you, Mama. Well, there you are. Oh. Mama looks pretty. Mary Kay, thank you. Mama looks pretty. Thank you, Linda. What do you do for fruit flies? Sherry, I'll tell you what we do. We get us a little pimento jar or something small like that. You don't have to have something too big. And I fill it, I put it about half full with apple cider vinegar. If it's got the mother in it, it's a little better. Then I put me a good 2 squirts of Dawn dish liquid in it. I don't know, you can probably use any dish liquid, that's just what we have. And I put a piece of saran wrap over, and I poked me 1 hole right in the middle. And shake it up. They come to it a little better if there's some foam in it. So shake it up with those bubbles, and those bubbles, the Dawn will help to kill them. And I set it in the fruit bowl with the fruit. So when they're crawling around the fruit, they eventually get over on my jar of stuff, and they go down in there. You can buy, and I bought these little apples. They do the same thing, and I guess they're prettier than a jar of that stuff sitting around.
They didn't seem to hardly catch it as good as the vinegar, though.
No, but I mean, you put vinegar in them too. You can buy them, and they come with vinegar, but you can refill them with your own apple cider vinegar and a little bit of dish liquid. But anyway, that's what we do, and that's the only thing I found really to help with them, and we have them every year. I've already seen 1 or 2. Another thing, they get in your drains, in your sink, and don't forget about your overflow drains. In your bathroom, you've got those 2 or 3 little holes up against the back of it that you can see in the mirror, but you have to go pour down in those too. Get you a little squirt bottle, pour down in those as well, and make sure you keep that, because that'll be a good little cave for them to stay in. It's virtually dry. You know, if they get in the drain at the bottom, but they get washed out. But they get in that hole, they got plenty of water, it's dark, and they like that. So keep that area cleaned out too. But sometimes, I swear, I think we've got rid of them, and it's like you buy 1 more piece of fruit and 35,000 gnats show up. And Mama bought cantaloupe last year. Didn't even cut it. Just had it sitting on the counter, and we got another herd of them. I said, Mama, if you buy cantaloupe, let's just keep it in the refrigerator, because them things I don't know how they come out of it, on it, what it is. I don't know how they get here, but you can kill them with apple cider vinegar and dish liquid. That's the only thing we really found to work it.
Yeah.
So, unless you want to put one of them disgusting fly trap things up, don't knock them till you try them. We had them 1 year so bad.
I tried.
We had them 1 year so bad. It was just gnats. And it was because we had fruit, and we had canned, and we didn't leave stuff out. That's the thing I don't understand. But it's just fruit in the bowl. But we had them. It seemed like you couldn't get rid of them. So
everybody was having trouble with them.
I didn't want that nasty thing hanging in the hanging. I just couldn't take it. You know. Ugh. So I got me a bowl about this big, like a Cool Whip bowl. And I just strung that nasty sticky thing out. And then I rolled it up in that bowl. And just had a bowl of that sticky thing. And set it over here in, it cut thousands of them. Because
they touch it, they're stuck.
They can't get out from it. But, so you don't have to hang them, just so therefore they can get to them. But, ugh, they're just so nasty. Don't have flies or anything like that. Usually one will get in. What's wrong? But them fruit gnats. Ugh. Another way you can get them little gnats is if you have potted plants in the house that come out of that soil. And I think the 1 year that we had them so bad, they come out of the mulch in the front bed right by the front door. And it's the only place I could figure out that we changed. We had mulched that year, and when I went out there, I could see them crawling on the top of it.
We've mulched this year, so
we've mulched this year, but only 1 year do we get the Gnat Haven mulch. I don't know what that was. I've looked out here this year, and I've not seen him crawling on top or anything.
It's been too cold for
It's been too cold, and that helps too. And then, you know, when they treat the house, they also spray the beds, so maybe they killed them. But yeah, that's how we do fruit gnats. Are we experts at it? No, because we still have them. We just try. They are not out of business. See them? Oh, you're talking about Tupperware being out of business again? No, Tupperware's not going out of business. We were assured again last night, and you can tell when a business is trying to downsize and trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff or something, or they would be telling us, and they're increasing, and they're bringing out new products, and they're there's a ton of new products coming out next month, and they are having their birthday stuff this month. They've got tons of stuff that they've had to make. You know, it's not the stuff they had. So, no, I don't believe they are. There for a while, it was touch and go because the news was reporting and that and all. But don't think they are. And they keep telling us they're not, don't they, Mom?
Yeah.
So,
They assured us that it's A-okay.
A-okay, and they were deliberately organizing, and the media got a hold of it, and all companies reorganize and that kind of thing, but we've seen no reductions in anything that we do. Everything's right on par. They're talking future. They're talking, already talking about products in this time next year. You know, they're when we have a big thing, they'll show us surprise products, and they'll say this is coming soon. They've got a bunch of those that we've not seen yet that probably within the next 12 months will be out. So they ain't going nowhere. We good. If they do, when we hear about it, we'll tell y'all first thing. We won't hesitate. We won't hesitate. But even if they didn't announce they were going out, if you order, you'll get what you order. It's not like you're gonna, you know, because your order, you don't get charged for your order till they ship. So if it's one's on delay or something, you pay as the delay comes up. So that's the same way it would be. You don't get charged till you get shipped. But I don't know what she was talking about, the macro program she's wanting to cancel or something. But if you do, you can call customer service and they can help you with that. And I can post the number in the comments tonight when we do them. Anything else? Anybody else got any questions? Let's see, did I freeze y'all up again? I don't know. Somebody said something, they said it's not necessary. I don't know what that was. I don't know what they're doing. All right, folks, we're going to say good night. We're going to say y'all have a great night. Find you something good to eat if you ain't already. If you have, eat you some popcorn. That'll be good too. Do something fun. Do something to enjoy. And Mama, we're just glad you're back from prison.
I have to.
Say good night, Mama, because I believe you're ready for sleep.
I am ready for bed.
You may not rally all night tonight.
I might not. I might fall asleep. And then wake up and rally.
There you go, Mama. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you all.
Bye, y'all.